were 7 versions of me who almost left. Not metaphorically, not dramatically, just quietly, almost left. Packed the bags in their heads, calculated the exits, stood at the door of everything long enough to feel the handle in their hand. And then, for reasons none of them could fully explain, stayed. I am the version that stayed. And I have been trying to understand what the 7 who almost left would have missed. Not to prove anything, not to justify the staying, just to understand what staying actually cost and what it gave back in the same currency. They would have missed the specific morning 3 years after the hardest night, when nothing was fixed but something that shifted below the level of language, below the level of explanation, below the level of anything anyone could point to. Just a morning that felt for the first time like a morning that belonged to me. I am not going to tell you that staying was obviously right. There were years in the middle that felt like evidence for the ones who almost left. Years where the staying looked like stubbornness from the outside and felt like stubbornness from the inside. And maybe it was, and maybe stubbornness is just commitment that has not been vindicated yet. Grabe and Lakas, the specific vindication that does not arrive as a moment. It arrives as a Tuesday that feels slightly more like yours than the Tuesday before it. And then another one, and then enough for them that you realize the staying was never about the destination. It was about becoming the kind of person who knows how to stay when staying is the hardest thing. The 7 versions who almost left were not wrong to consider it. They were just looking at a door that was not the right door for where they needed to go. And the version who stayed not because she was braver or more certain or more committed. She stayed because something in her had not finished with this particular life yet. And unfinished things have a way of holding you in exactly the right place for exactly long enough. I wanna tell you something about the version of you that is almost leaving right now. She is not wrong to feel the handle. She is not weak for standing at the door. She is not failing at anything. She is just at the part of the story where the staying has not been vindicated yet. And vindication does not announce itself. because it gets easier, not because the destination is worth the journey, not because everything happens for a reason. Stay because unfinished things are still alive, and you are still unfinished, which means you are still becoming, which means the most important version of you has not arrived yet, and she needs you to be here when she does.
There is a place I go that has no address, no coordinates, no name anyone agreed on. It exists between the bass hitting and the breath you take, because the bass hit that half second between impact and response, that is where I actually live. Not here, not anywhere you could point to, just in that gap between the sound and the body catching up to the sound. I have been trying to describe it to people who have not felt it for as long as I've been going there. And the closest I have come is this. It is the only place I have ever been where the question of who I am stops being interesting. Not because it is answered, because it stops mattering for exactly long enough to remember that I was here before the question existed. And I will be here after it is finished. The bass knows, the bass has always known. I brought someone there once, someone who had never felt it. I watched them feel it for the first time, the exact moment the bass landed and they stopped thinking about whether they were doing it right and started just being in it. face, I would give a significant amount to see that face again. On anyone for the first time, Grabing Lakas, this specific gift of watching someone arrive somewhere for the first time that you have been going to for years. Like showing someone a view you stop seeing because you see it every day, and suddenly seeing it again through their eyes, and it is somehow more real than the first time you found it.
There were 7 versions of me who almost left. Not metaphorically, not dramatically, just quietly. Almost left. Packed the bags in their heads, calculated the exits, stood at the door of everything long enough to feel the handle in their hand. And then for reasons none of them could fully explain, stayed. I am the version that stayed. And I have been trying to understand what the 7 who almost left would have missed. Not to prove anything, not to justify the stay, and just to understand what staying actually cost and what it gave back in the same currency, 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 currency. Would have missed the specific morning 3 years after the hardest night, when nothing was fixed but something had shifted below the level of language, below the level of explanation, below the level of anything anyone could point to. Just a morning that felt for the first time like a morning that belonged to me. Gonna tell you that staying was obviously right. There were years in the middle that felt like evidence for the ones who almost left. Years where the staying looked like stubbornness from the outside and felt like stubbornness from the inside. And maybe it was, and maybe stubbornness is just commitment that has not been vindicated yet. Grabe and Lakas, the specific vindication that does not arrive as a moment. It arrives as a Tuesday that feels slightly more like yours than the Tuesday before it. And then another one, and then enough of them that you realize the staying was never about the destination. It was about becoming the kind of person who knows how to stay. When staying is the harder thing. Unfinished things have a way of holding you in exactly the right place for exactly long enough. I wanna tell you something about the version of you that is almost leaving right now. She is not wrong to feel the handle. She is not weak for standing at the door. She is not failing at anything. She is just at the part of the story where the stain has not been vindicated yet. And vindication does not announce itself, it just shows up as a Tuesday that feels like yours. And then another one, and then enough of them that the door stops being interesting. To the version of you standing at the door, the version who packed the bag in their head and stood there long enough to feel the handle stay. Not because it gets easier, not because the destination is worth the journey, not because everything happens for a reason. Stay because unfinished things are still alive, and you are still unfinished, which means you are still becoming, which means the most important version of you has not arrived yet, and she needs you to be here when she does. There's a place I go that has no address, no coordinates, no name anyone agreed on. It exists between the bass hidden and the breath you take, because the bass hit that half second between impact
in response. That is where I actually live. Not here. Not anywhere you could point to. Just in that gap between the sound and the body, catching up to the sound. I have been trying to describe it to people who have not felt it. For as long as I've been going there, and the closest I have come is this. It is the only place I have ever been where the question of who I am stops being interesting. Not because it is answered, because it stops mattering for exactly long enough to remember that I was here before the question existed. And I will be here after it is finished. The bass knows. The bass has always known. I brought someone there once, someone who had never felt it. I watched them feel it for the first time. The exact moment the bass landed, and they stopped thinking about whether they were doing it right, and started just being in it. The face I would give a significant amount to see that face again on anyone for the first time. Grabe, Lakas, the specific gift of watching someone arrive somewhere for the first time that you have been going to for years. Like showing someone of you stop seeing because you see it every day. And suddenly, seeing it again through their eyes, and it is somehow more real than the first time you found it. Between the bass and breathing, there is a country with no border control. No entry requirements, no history of turning people away. You do not need the right passport, the right clothes, the right amount of certainty about who you are. You just need to let the bass land, and your body will remember what your mind spent years trying to figure out. Between the bass and the breath, that is the destination, and it has been there the whole time, between every beat of every song you have ever loved, waiting for you to notice the gap and move into it instead of past it.